Pipe Later from the Hoovy and Key Blader Productions, here today with Juan Pablo de Bonnet, one of the more famous yet not recognized people. He was the creator of sign language. So Juan, can you tell me, when you created sign language, what were you exactly thinking at the time?
Well, ma'am, I was thinking. At first, the major incident was I was trying to sell my vegetables at an open market, and this guy was trying to panhandle me, or like trying to bargain me out of a deal, and I was trying to communicate with him. I was trying to like get him like out of his way, pay him what I originally priced him as, and there was no way. And then I eventually just did some hand gestures, and he said okay.
You seemed to understand what you were talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. So Juan, when you created this, how did it exactly make you feel being able, now that individuals can communicate freely?
Well, at first, I felt really happy, but as time went on, I was real mad, because I didn't get any profit from it. Not 1 cent.
Did you get any recommendation from it? Did anyone think of you when they were using this?
No, ma'am.
So, on to another question. Do you think you know the reason behind why everyone is really inspired by this creation, even though they haven't shown recognition to you about it?
Actually, I don't really know.
So you don't know why everyone seems like it is, because it is a wonderful gift and talent to have, and it seems to make all the people who cannot communicate freely. I mean, I can understand that, but the people who can communicate freely without this creation all seem inspired by it, even though they don't use it as much. Is it just because, you know, they can be able to communicate with their peers who are deaf?
Probably. But as I used to, it was a means of trying to commerce, as to a way of business at first. But then as time looked by, it looked more casual. So
it became like a way of life. It was by habit that it, okay. So you when you created this, besides the fact of business, was there any person that inspired you, like a teacher or a parent or a family member, that made you kind of started the spark?
Well, my family, because my boy Junior, who I said is another reason why I started it, in the fields, was another thing for my farm. We communicated like that, so we knew from afar. Like, if he was on the other side of the farm, I could kind of make out what he was trying to tell me. So he wouldn't have to scream and I couldn't hear him. So, and my wife, she also was able to implement it in schools too, when she knew a lot of kids at the time in our city needed it.
So again, back to the non-profit thing. Did you ever really think about publishing a book about it, like with the sign hands and everything?
No, ma'am. Sadly, I can't read.
But then, how is that possible? Like, you were a businessman. Is that what? Can you explain how business went, even with sign language, without being able to read? Was it hard in any way?
At first, but my boy Junior, he actually was the one who read, because my wife Martha usually taught the boy, and I just stuck to farming, and I can do the hand gestures, and he would be able to tell me what, like, something would be said about it. But I could still be able to read like money, but I couldn't read like words. So
okay,
yeah.
So it was more numbers than words.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So out of all the signs that you ever created, what exactly was your favorite, and what was your least favorite?
Well, it was like, come over here, boy. I was like.
So it's like the beckoning type sign.
And yeah.
It got people's attention. Is that?
And I was like, was one that I liked, is Stingy. I was like, that's one.
What was there any of your least favorites that you didn't exactly like?
Well, there was one, like Reed.
Well, that probably had a downside fall to you not being able to. Probably upset you a bit that when people use that term.
Yeah, like, and also dead plant.
You're a farmer. That's offensive, I would think.
It is, especially when the crops die.
Well, I've heard there's only been a few bad winters, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one other question for you.
Yes.
You were born in 1620. The year is currently 2013. How is it possible that you've survived through all these years? Or did you create something other than sign language, like a time machine, or are you here in spirit right now?
Well, you see, I'm a farmer. I ate my collard greens, my onions, and some of my other farm life, and I just stayed strong. I persevered, and I conquered, and I stayed healthy, and I'm still actually here. And I might have been bitten by a vampire cow.
A vampire cow. Well, that'll be
Yes.
for another story. There you have it, folks. Again, this is Juan, one of the most famous creators, yet the one that doesn't get as much recognition. I'm from the Hoobie and Keyblade Productions, now signing out.